Hi guys, good afternoon from Europe, good morning, good evening, whatever we are. Piotr, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Sunday, yes, it's a Sunday, August 30th, 2020. So Sunday, so usually is a pre-market open or crypto market update. With this meeting, we are going to check what is going on when it comes to the crypto market before we'll check the charts. Risk warning as usual, guys. Please bear in mind, trading on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all initial investment, so please do not invest the money you can afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Alright, end of the month approaching, so we are going to start with the monthly chart on the Bitcoin. And of course, if you remember the red line, huge supply, been active on June, been active on May, July breakout, attempt to continuation with the retest of levels around 10,500, right? To the upside, 12.5, some stops being taken out. Well, the bulls are fighting for the highest close when it comes to the levels we've seen to the left, right? So would be great to get back and close above 12,000. But anyway, as long as we are above 11,400, the breakout levels 11,000, maybe 500, still the positive close could take place. Then retest of the July high and continuation higher could be on the card, right? That's how I see the things when it comes to the Bitcoin. Of course, the bulls have to avoid for any price the close below the monthly open, right? That would be negative, and that could spur again attempt to retest levels close to 10,000, maybe even below 10,000. That's what we would like to avoid. But that's the monthly chart, and tomorrow evening we are gonna be much more clever. What we have when it comes to the weekly chart? Well, last 3 weeks, last 4 weeks, a little bit of the consolidation going on. When it comes to the downside, it's 11,000. When it comes to the upside, levels close to 11,800, 12,000. There was a spike to the upside, but there is a big but, and it's still valid when it comes to the weekly chart. We haven't tested the last weakness when it comes to the weekly chart, and of course half of that consolidation, and probably if you are going to make the count, right, that should bring us towards this level. So it could be when it comes to the monthly chart, let's get back for a second into the monthly chart. It could be, right, exact retest of what we've seen in June, the June high. We missed that by few dollars, right? So we might at the beginning go lower, but ending higher, and the monthly candle, let's say that could be the start to the downside, then moving higher with the creation of the lower shadow, testing ideally the June high. That's something possible, right? And that's what we have on the weekly chart as well. Of course, it looks a little bit different when it comes to the daily chart. That's what we already discussed, because on the daily chart, almost these levels, based on the weekly chart, almost being tested, right? Anyway, on the daily chart, well, we have two latest weakness, and both, I would say, we've seen them being tested almost, right? So that's the good thing. A little bit of the possible head and shoulders on the daily, but same story with Ether. If you do remember, we were discussing that the head and shoulder on Ether, it might be some kind of the invitation and then counter move to the upside. I would say, as again, no change into that view as long as we are above 10,500, 9,800. Bulls are good to go higher, and what's the I would say with this move based on this latest weakness what might be the final target. That's what we measured last time, and there is no change. And well, it's gonna be, you know, tough to make quick changes because that's the monthly chart. It might take some time, and of course we are talking about the levels close to 16,000, 16,500. So that's how I see the Bitcoin. Well, the bulls have to fight towards the end of the month, but no different story when it comes to the Ether. And bulls here, it's gonna be visible on a smaller time frame. Why? Just probably, the head and shoulders didn't work out for the sellers. Mostly because of where we are from the monthly chart perspective. So here the higher time frame take over the lower time frames. Basically, that's my opinion. That's how I see the things, right? That's why we're trying to move above and hold above 400 when it comes to the Ether. Now, to the upside, I think the crucial from the monthly chart perspective is the open of that particular month. We are talking about August 2018, right? So here we had this huge monster breakdown, right, through the level of 390, 400, right? So would be great. As you can see, we've seen a retest of that level and been rejected, but well, that also the breakout here. So that's this zone, small zone here, might be very, very crucial. In case of the failure here, a little bit deeper pullback could take place and could bring us down towards 300. Then in that case, that was the final target from the head and shoulder, which didn't work out. So let's switch lower. Let's have a look what we have on the smaller time frames. Let's switch to the weekly chart, right? Let's switch to the weekly chart. For me, looks like it might be Riley based and creation of the possible Riley, right? Here looks a little bit different than what we've seen on the Bitcoin, because almost we fulfilled that target, all right? And that's the possible supply, right, from the weekly chart perspective. And as you can see, we've been testing these levels. That's why also we've seen some kind of the rejection when it comes to the first test. Okay, so that's very important. And intraday, daily and intraday chart, this head and shoulder, well, still might be in place, but from the higher time frame, from the lower time frame perspective, I think we already canceled that one, right? We already canceled. There was attempt, in my opinion, to try to break these levels. Right here, there was one more and rejection. Well, taking into the consideration some upper shadows, we are almost canceling this head and shoulder, and market looks quite strong towards the end of the month. Now, again, 300. That could be in case of some well, strong rejection, strong pullback. That should work as a support. So no change compared to what we discussed previously. 300, 280 could work out as a support. This possible head and shoulder on a daily, in my opinion, is too visible, so it might not work the way some are trading based on the definition inside the different books. I think even if we are going to see the rejection, it might be based on some kind of the megaphone, so we are going to see some higher levels and maybe rejection, and then finally rally towards much higher levels. For now, bullish towards the end of the month in both cases, right? So bulls looks like they're doing their job, trying to make the strong close towards the end of the month. Now, beginning of the September, of course, we might see some kind of the pullback, right? And then we are going to make another update. But for now, bullish when it comes to the Bitcoin, 10,500, 9,800. As long as we are above, we are bullish. Medium long term, Ether as long as above 300, 280, bullish medium long term. Guys, it was my pleasure to make this monthly update of the crypto market for you. Don't be trapped and see you around. Thank you, take care, goodbye.